This is not surprising. All right, before we go, let's see. All right, I like minimize my screen and then it disappears, so I can only see myself. I can't see the rest of you guys.
That's in the view, perhaps.
You
don't need to see us. You know.
Yeah, really.
Like.
No. Like all I have is the settings. I don't have the actual meeting up.
Well, you have one of those Apple computers, so I can't help you. We've been recording for like a minute now, so
yeah, it's cool.
Tab around, you'll find it.
All right, I may drop out and come back in. I don't know how this is gonna work.
I'm sure it's there. Just keep looking. It's like you're weedy.
I don't know what to do with that.
That's
yeah. I got nothing.
Wow. Okay. You just
should I do the intro or wait?
Yeah.
All right. Mental, we can see you, so you're fine.
Yeah, general mental problems.
Pretty much. I'm not recording, so hopefully you get it right.
It's live everywhere.
We got recordings everywhere, so I'm gonna have to start the music. Okay, here we go.
No, you're not.
Yeah, because it'll run out.
Welcome to Everyone Racers, a live show. Woo! Oh my God, there's like 8-10 people here. It's fantastic. This is a show designed for the world of low dollar racing and oddball car culture. It doesn't matter what kind of Lemma Champ or Lucky Track Dog League you run, SCCA or NASA, we won't discriminate. As long as you drive it hard and built it yourself. Join us each week for tech discussion, tips, tricks, news and notes in the world of amateur endurance racing, and whether it's on the spot, hella sweet, or we're lucky enough, and Chrissy gives us just the tip. We're sure you'll giggle a little and learn even less. Everyone report to the paddock.
This is Chris.
This is Chrissy.
I'm Jeff. And did Mental
Are
freeze?
You stuck?
Yeah. Yep.
He looks very pensive.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's good. You're good. You're live. Go. Say it. I'm Mental.
And I'm Mental.
We're Everyone Racers, and we're a freaking hot mess. Thank you for coming back and listening to our 7th episode after a celebration we should have had. Our 200th episode was a little while ago, but that's okay. You're here, we're here, and that's all that matters. Make sure you get out your bingo card. I can't guarantee that you'll get bingo, but you probably could check off a few already. Somebody has internet problems and general Wakeman problems are already done off of your bingo card. Let's move on.
Tyler would like to say that we should have used the Cessna 207 Skywagon, which is a long boy, if I am correct.
No,
wow.
This isn't Everyone Airplane. Start your own damn podcast.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's move on. News and notes. No, not news.
No,
and
what
notes.
you working on?
just move right along.
107 times.
I scrolled down too far. What you working on, Jeff? You have a paragraph here. What are you working on?
207.
Since the world can see us live on the internet, should we begin with like visual introductions? Like, I feel like we
mental, should. Yeah, what? I mean,
like show your like drink. Like show your.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Screw it. Let's do that.
Okay. Hold on. I'm resetting my name because I've got my government name up there.
Yep.
There we go. Now it's fixed.
Cold water.
So, what's everybody got? Anybody got alcohol tonight? Anybody in the audience drinking?
Water.
Well, I got Diet Coke.
Diet
Fago?
Corey's got Tank's, the Stankinator's got a gin and tonic accordingly.
Nice. Very good. Okay. Very good, Tyler.
Good.
Yes. Yeah, so awesome. Oh, we got some beers out there too. All right. So anyway, what are we working on? We are working at my house. I am still at Site B because I have learned a new term. I have slab sweat.
Yeah, you do. I tell you that at races all the time.
Exactly. Basically, what it means is the liquid from the earth is sweating straight through my concrete slab, and that is what is making my floors wet. So we're going to do some resealing and putting everything back, but we haven't done it yet because every Home Depot, Lowe's in like the tri-state area is out of carpet padding that is water resistant.
Duh.
So we ripped out all the
Mhm.
carpet padding, and literally I'm like surrounded by all the furniture of my life.
That looks worse than Jeff's house normally does, just for everyone
Yes,
out there.
absolutely.
A little.
A little, slightly. And I'm next to the 70s paneling wall. So that's always good.
Yes, the infamous creepy.
It's not that creepy.
No. It was
Kinda
a
old.
series of commercials back in the 80s that looked like they were
Oh,
filmed in
yeah.
somebody's sketchy basement.
But anyway, I should say that this is day 9 of 21. We are opening the semester. So I actually get 1 day off because an event canceled in those 21 days. So I'm very excited. It's not so bad. And I did have a couple of half days off. So I like mowed the lawn and I pulled carpet and a whole 9 yards. That's not the important part. The most fun repair I've had is, thanks to COVID, we really haven't been paying attention to like all the sound equipment on campus. And one of my like movable portable sound systems was missing 7 of 9 like faceplate screws. So every time you pulled a wire, the entire faceplate came off, and like you could like reach in and like touch the capacitors. You could be like,
Yo,
so I was like, that's bad. Why didn't anyone ever tell me it was doing that? And so I had to like at midnight, like try and find a hardware store, like the hardware section of Walmart didn't have the screws I needed. So the next morning I had to get them and, sew it all back together. But yeah, it was fun. I was giving that to undergrads who don't know anything about any electricity. And I was like, how long has this been this way? Nobody could tell me. They were like, oh.
well, there's an opportunity there where people always go, "Oh, I weep for the youth of this country. The instruction manual in your car says not to drink battery acid." So what you've got is a group of students who are like, that's exposed electricity. I should not stick anything in there.
Well, I don't really blame the students as much as I blame my coworkers, because they're the ones who didn't tell me.
Right. But I'm saying is your students were like, I'm not going to do this stupid thing.
It's true. I should mention, I'm also wearing, I just opened a brand new shirt from Blip Shift, and it might be the most phenomenal one ever, which is why I'm not wearing a 3-Pedal Mafia shirt.
Most phenomenal ever.
Really?
Oh, we want to tell people what it says?
It says DSM, which is Diamond Star Motors, which is like 4 shows in a row now that we are referencing the Diamond Star Motors. Oh my gosh. Siri is trying to talk to me. And it has an eagle and a star and an eagle talon on it. And it's like, whoa. That's it. Chrissy, what are you working on?
Oh, not much. We went away this weekend. Well, we did some house stuff and took the boat out and brought it home and took us a long trip. Yeah.
I always try to bring my boat back when I take it out.
I mean,
usually we leave it at the Cape.
Yeah, we used to leave it at the Cape. So
Okay.
And now bring it to
You
Pennsylvania.
removed it from the water and
we did.
took it away
instead
from
of
the
leaving
ocean.
it next to the house, where it lived for 30 years, we now would bring it here.
Okay. That's
It's a lot easier to
Work
a lot easier to
on it.
work on it here than up there. And plus, when you get a nice weekend like next weekend, we can just use it in the local lake.
I think that's what's going to happen. So not a whole lot of working around here.
And I do not wish to be insensitive to our brethren in New Jersey and Pennsylvania that are currently dealing with some very ugly flooding. But yeah, it might be good to have a boat around those parts right about now.
Yeah.
There's not that much
Water
anymore,
ski on the Vine Street. So
you could have done it.
mm-hmm. Yep, there's a nice ramp. One of the on ramps. Just back your boat in.
Corey out there has found the question and answer button and has asked us how we all did in the floods.
I did great.
Shall we bring Mr.
awesome.
Dickman on the show?
Sure.
Well,
He wants
you're
to test
alive.
his
You
video.
can. He was very upset that he couldn't turn on his microphone. You can now.
I just wanted to test it. I'm an IT guy. I got to make sure this stuff works before we go live, right? thought just with Jeff we could knock this out before we get started up. But yeah,
Nope.
It sounds like Jeff, you are not doing so well in the with the floods and the water table changes.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not terrible. In 7 years of living in this house, this is the very first time that the carpet has gotten wet in my split level. So it's not so bad.
Yeah, you're not on the street, so that's good.
That's true.
Yes.
Absolutely. But about 5 miles from my house, there are many $1 million homes that are absolutely destroyed from tornado. So just luck of the draw, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Check off. Someone
right.
complains about the weather. Done.
Yes.
And everything's fine here.
Yep.
We're all fine. Thank you. How are you?
It's 107 degrees outside right now, so I'm holed
Oh.
up in my house with the air conditioner pumping.
If Chris and Chrissy's house ever floods, everyone else is dead because they are way
below
up on
us.
a hill.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
on the hill.
They have now have their own desert island, basically, if flooding is that bad.
Kinda.
Seriously,
Well-
yeah. Kevin Costner's going to come by in some secret agent boat because it's water world.
Oh, that's funny.
Corey, aren't you in South, like California, Southern California somewhere?
I'm in
Where you at?
Sacramento, so I'm dead smack in
Sacramento,
the middle.
okay.
Yeah. up
So
towards the
if
top.
someone from California is telling us that we got natural disaster problems, we're in trouble.
That stuff's all up in the mountains. It's fine down here.
107.
107.
Yeah, you guys get to
It's a-
experience this in 2 weeks when you come out here, right?
It's a dry
Yay.
heat. It's a dry heat.
Hey.
It's not bad. It drops down to the 60s at night, so you get a break from it at least, right? That's the thing that's sweet about here. But
So
yeah, the
bring cool
wildfires
shirts.
have been horrible this year, right?
Mm.
Both of them, the big ones, the Dixie Fire and the Caldor, which everybody's been seeing on the news. Looks like Armageddon. They're the first two fires ever to crest the Sierra Nevadas from one side to the other.
I did
Like
not know that. That
started
is-
in the foothills
Bit
outside
depressing.
of Sacramento, and it burned all the way over the top and down into the sagebrush in Nevada. Both
Wow.
of those fires did.
Wow. Yeah,
So-
we know a lot of people out there who had to get out of Dodge before it got to them. So we're glad you're safe, and thankfully, all we got to deal with is a wet basement over here. So
I'd appreciate it though, Corey, if you'd keep your smoke in your state because you're ruining mine with all this.
My nice Delta breeze that I get at night from the ocean from the Bay Area blows it right over the hill and on out to Nevada for you.
Yeah.
well,
In answer to Chris's question, yes, there's never been a time that I have not been to Button Willow where I did not want or have a cool shirt. Bring a cool shirt. It could be
Well,
December. Bring
we
a
did.
cool shirt.
We went in December and it was pretty cold.
You
So-
came the
It
year it
was
was 20 degrees or
really-
something ridiculous out, right?
really
Yeah.
Oh
cold.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we had to sit in our rental and heat up. Actually, all of the whole team did just because
And
we
that's
just hung
fine,
out in the
'cause-
rental.
Because then you use hot water
What?
in your cool shirt.
on your cool
Sure.
shirt.
Oh.
Don't do that ever. Corey, you technically, I interrupted Chrissy by bringing you on in the middle of her session, but we will ask you what you working on. You working on anything these days?
Yeah. This last weekend, I took Friday off so I could work on a roll cage for my new build. The Rust Camino has a 4-point cage in it. So the main hoop, all the stuff I needed my buddy's bender for is in and welded up. And now it's about notching and putting straight tubes in it. And I won't do the door bars until right before we race because I don't want to crawl over them as we're doing the rest of the work inside the car.
Totally.
And
Yeah.
what is the expected first race for this car?
We're aiming for Thunder Hill next year. So it's about 6
Awesome.
months. Yeah.
Plenty
It
of time.
runs, it should drive. The drivetrain's all been gone through. It's just a matter of some wiring and off she goes and getting the seat mounted. That's the worst part about all of it is mounting the seat. It's
Awesome.
the longest part of the roll cage for me because I like them to ramp upwards because we have people that are 4 to 5 inches taller than me and I'm 6 feet. And we have people that are 6 to 7 inches shorter than I am that drive our cars. So it's quite the ordeal. I have one guy that drops by on his way home from work when I'm like, the seat's ready. And if he can't see over the hood, then I have to start from scratch and redo it all again so he can see over the hood and drive. And
Got
this
it.
El Camino has a hood that's about 12 feet long. It's pretty ridiculous.
Awesome.
There is a link to a picture of some of the work Corey's been doing in the chat section of the Zoom call.
Wow. All right. Well, Corey, hang tight. I'm going to remute your mic. Let me see. How do I do that? I
Thanks.
say remove permission to talk, but hang tight because we might bring you back.
What?
All right, Chrissy, I'm sorry. We totally interrupted you.
Oh, I'm fine. We had the boat out. It's home. Yep. Oh, good. Mental. What are you working on?
I actually spent it ended up being a 4-day weekend, and I had a staggering amount of lawn work for a guy who doesn't have a lawn. You guys have seen the house. I've got trees in the front and the back.
It's rocks mostly.
Yeah, rocks, gravel.
Yeah. So I was pruning trees, so many trees. I got a lot of the, now I've mentioned before, I'm in the 20% of the roof. So now I'm just doing the detailing. My house now has the trim all the way around it. Most of the roof is in place. I've got a few of the sculpins I've got to modify so they don't leak. But yeah, I filled up 27 lawn bags of pruned tree limbs. And I still have a pile of tree limbs that are awaiting pruning. But these are all of like the cuts and everything that I've got on my hands and blisters. We'll see if I can get that. Yeah. From 4 days of tree work.
It would be really handy to have when you're doing all this lawn work, like a little pickup truck, like a Toyota, something like that would be really fun to have.
There's not a place to dump lawn waste around here. So it was bulk trash day today. So I had all the out by the curb and the trash guys came and got it. Yeah. Oh. There is a transfer station and you could load all stuff up, but every other week is bulk trash day. So I just put it all out by the curb as I got done.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
I guess you don't need a little truck then. Well, that's nice to know.
Or you can have one, it doesn't run, then that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Good.
Aaron's mentioning that Aaron's mentioned that maybe we should burn it. I don't know if you were listening to the last conversation. We're a little sensitive about fire out here right now in the West. So there's a burn ban from everything past Kansas City right now. We don't.
He says, "Boo, fucking who?"
That's some of that trademark Aaron sensitivity. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, and that's why we love him so much. Yeah. So that was my weekend, roof and tree.
Cool.
Chris, you're up. What you working on?
I haven't really worked on anything since the last time we had a show. We've been driving to the Cape and just hanging out at the Cape and coming home and stuff. The only thing I have repaired is I fixed one of the rollers on the trailer, which involved putting the rod through the bracket and the roller and then hammering the end clap on that'd fallen off. That's what I've been working on. The Mazda's still staring at me with no engine and no transmission and no right front suspension
everywhere
and parts everywhere.
Steering knuckle that shows up in double boxes that look like
that's a nice thing. I needed a steering knuckle because the one broke the pinch thing off, right?
Yeah.
I was going to go to the junkyard and get it. I said, I just don't have time to go right now. So I went on eBay and I found one from a junkyard in Texas. It was $45 shipped, which is only about $10 more than what it cost me at the U-Pull-It. But a Texas part is spotless. There's no rust. There's nothing.
No rust on something from Texas. Imagine that.
That's why I ordered the Texas one, not the one of the car that had a picture of the car in the snow. And I feel vindicated in my purchase. I don't even have to do the bucket and electricity and laundry soda trick to get all the rust off because it doesn't need it.
Ta-da!
It's fine.
Wonderful. It's
That's
so
awesome.
wonderful. I love that.
Yeah.
Before we press on to news and notes, over our 200 episodes, we've had several guests. Our fifth host, Eric Rude, of course, various people, and Bradley Brownell has been on the show several times. And Brad, I reached out to him and said, "Hey, would you be interested in giving us a message?" So he did record a little video. I think is appropriate right now if anybody's interested in seeing it.
Throw it up. Let's see it.
All
Don't
right,
throw up. That's really messy.
Hopefully this works. All right, can everybody see? Yeah, okay, good.
Oh,
all right, there it is. So here's turn it up. This is I haven't seen this yet. This is a thank you from Brad Brownell.
Oh, we can't hear it.
Can't hear it.
It's because it's playing from you can probably hear it.
Okay, yeah, I absolutely can.
Yeah, if you undo your speaker and let it play out loud, it'll get picked up by your mic.
Let's do that. It's a good plan.
Hey there, guys. I just wanted to say congratulations on the 200 episodes of... What's the name of the show? Everyone Racers? Never heard of it. Anyway, have a good one.
Perfect.
So thanks, Brad, for remembering us.
I do like the Boxster has the windshield cut off.
Yeah, he said he was making it a speedster.
Yeah, that's
So
his,
that's-
hybrid
he's-
speedster project. That
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, all right. It is
Cool.
a news and notes time.
Yes, it is. So the notoriously stoic Kimi Räikkönen announced his retirement this week. Yes, we could say that he was the 2007 drivers champion, that he has been 19 seasons in F1 with the 21st F1 victories in total. He is the winningest Finnish-born F1 driver ever. He's also one of the only driver in the series right now that has won with the V10, V8, and hybrid V6 eras. But what makes Kimi really special is his quotes. He is outside of his infamous "Leave me alone, I know what I'm doing" quote. Here's a few of our favorites. When he drove for NASCAR, he said, we're so fucking shit, it's unbelievable. But he also said, I love that the American spirit of racing it feels just great to get involved with that. Interviewer.
Let me do this one. I'll do the interviewer.
Okay, great.
You be Kimmy. Kimmy, what was the most exciting moment during the race weekend?
I think it's the race start always.
And what is the most boring part of the race weekend?
Now. That's my best my best Kimi Räikkönen. He's hilarious. And when asked what his helmet means to him, it protects my head. And last but not least, it's this insightful sage advice. Be yourself. If you try to be someone else, it won't work. Whatever you do, you're not going to make everyone happy.
That's awesome. Yep. I didn't really watch in the Kimi era, so I don't have any strong attachment to him. But I have been watching a lot of the stuff in his retirement. So
cool.
You could YouTube Kimi quotes.
Yes,
that's great.
Yeah. As long as they have him with video, because he's the most. No laughter, no smiles. Nope.
Well, something that does usually give smiles. Some months ago, we reported that the Morgan three-wheeler was ending its decades-long production with a few limited editions. It would appear that the company is working on a new version. Sometimes Lemons judge Jason Torchinsky tells us about the new Ford three-cylinder powered version, which has got to be better than that V-twin Harley lump that they stuck on.
A terrible one, yeah.
Awful. Anyway, the Jalopnik article linked in our notes hints at something very interesting. The press release states that the launch will be powered by an internal combustion engine, but hints at an EV variant. Morgan's teased it before. Not having that V-twin up front is got a new front end, better suspension, but you can't mistake it for anything but a three-wheeler. And I think it'd be silly not to make an EV version of this. It's already just some toy for people with too much money. Great. They like electric toys now too.
All right. So our hearts do go out to those seriously affected by the most recent storms in the Gulf and the East Coast, but more pertinent to our show is a timely piece by Tony Markovich at The Drive. It's under the Car Bibles. Linked in our show notes is how to spot water damage on a flooded used car. Now, given the current auto market shortage, there's certainly unscrupulous dealers, wholesalers, and just sketchy people that will be selling cars that were or should be totaled, and they will do this without disclosing the extent of that damage. Now, a flood car is not automatically a no-no if you've got skills, time, resources, space to rebuild it, and most importantly, you know what you're getting into. But if you or someone you care about suddenly finds a deal that is too good to be true, check out the link in our notes and avoid one of those god-awful wallet-draining series of unknown hardships in the future. One of my earliest cars right after I graduated high school was a flood car, and everything went wrong with that 79 Scirocco. It was just terrible. Now, for those that go ahead.
How much of that was flooding and how much was a 1979 Volkswagen?
Yeah, exactly.
At the time, though, it was only 11 years old, but your point is still valid. So yes, yeah, it was a fun car when it ran. It just never ran. Now, if you want to buy a flood car, we've also got a link to a video by the known biscuit-powered robot Bozy Tokarovich and his brother Bojan. They actually rebuilt a flood-damaged Ford Fusion. About 4 years ago, they documented the whole process. Link to their complete wrap-up is in our show notes as well.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a problem in the used car market. I was going leak an article about GM shutting down pretty much every single North American plant for the chip shortage. So the flood combined with a chip shortage, I just bought a sort of new car, and I'm so glad I did, because I don't think I would be able to get one for the next 2 or 3 years. It looks like the market is just getting worse and worse and worse. About 3 months ago, we talked about the Ford pickup trucks that were all being stored in a lot next to the plant. The space is so big now it can be seen from space, that the Ford trucks are just sitting waiting for their chips. GM closed almost every single plant in North America for an unknown amount of time. That's a CNN article out there. I'll put the article about the thousands and thousands of unfinished Ford trucks out in Kentucky, literally can be seen from space. And then the Ford is also closing every single truck plant, not just the Kentucky one, for the next 3 weeks. Those are 3 different stories about American manufacturing shutdowns because of the chip shortage. So that flood car might be your only choice.
Yeah. Pass.
Yeah. Chris, just to get everybody a chance to check it off their bingo card, the flood of insurance checks that are going to follow the floods.
Yeah, just today I noticed I was looking at our workflows for flood cars, and essentially if it's salt water, if it makes it up to the bottom of the seats, it's done. If it's fresh water, if it touches the bottom of the dash, it's done.
There you go. This seems like a good time to bring in Tyler. Tyler not only had a Kimi quote that he wants to bring up, but he wants to, he's got a flood car or something going on. Tyler, you out there?
Yeah. Is this a good volume? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
That is the worst picture of you ever. Go live on your camera. That is terrible.
I don't know if they can go live on their camera.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I can't turn my camera on.
I'm sorry.
Way to insult the guests, Spencer.
Yeah. That picture's terrible.
You look terrible. What's wrong with you?
It's definitely a work
unsubscribe.
We have seen better pictures of Tyler playing his French horn while doing the Lemons iRacing League.
All right, try and turn on your camera now, Tyler. I think I promoted you to panelist.
He's like, no.
Or you don't have to.
Ooh, yeah, I
know you guys.
He's already
there. He goes.
There we go.
Look, he's got a setup and a half there.
See, way better.
Howdy.
Hey there.
So, Tyler, start with your favorite Kimi quote.
Oh, I think it was Peter Windsor when he was still doing the grid interviews. Was looking for Kimi Räikkönen, couldn't find him, and then he sees him in like some weird part of the grid. He walks up to him and says, "Oh, Kimi, we didn't see you during the grid walk. Where were you?" And Kimi says, "Oh, I was having a shit."
I do remember that one. That one came up in the list of great Kimi quotes. And the other one, like the companion piece to "Don't worry about what people think about you," was like, "I don't care what people think about me. I'm not Michael Schumacher."
There you go.
Aww.
And Tyler, are you resurrecting some sort of flood car?
Oh no. That was the thing I put in chat was in reference to the 73 Oldsmobile I bought a couple of months ago, and then very shortly thereafter scrapped in favor of the MX-3 that I'm currently building. I don't think it was really a flood car, but one of the windows was stuck down, and I'm pretty sure it got rained in a lot because the interior was just garbage.
Yeah.
Those are
well,
great.
that's going to happen.
The interior and the floor were like just not worth resurrecting.
And what state are you in? I don't even know where you're from.
Wisconsin.
Oh, that's
so they had that going for it too.
Area. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Eeh.
No thanks.
Oh well.
Good. All right.
Well, that's good. And
do you want to play Guess the Rental?
Yeah, we're gonna play Guess the Rental with you, right?
Oh yeah, we can jump right into that, I guess. So background for the trip I was on, we were in Denver, Colorado, going hiking in the mountains. This was a trip organized by a friend of mine. He does one of these a year with This year we had 18 people, including one infant. There were 4 rental cars total. 2 were, according to the rental company or what we had signed up for, were sedans, and 2 were large SUVs. One of the sedans was actually like a smaller CUV. Yeah, what Mental said.
What kind of stuff did you need to bring?
No. Here's the better. Let's start there.
A lot of gear.
Were you burdened by these, or did you select these?
You get one question each.
Oh, what?
Let me do mine first.
So
go ahead.
So I did not choose the rental cars. That was someone else's job. And I don't know whether he like picked them out specifically, or I think he just said to Enterprise, like, we want, 2 larger SUVs and then the other 2 can be smaller cars.
Got it. Now that will help Chrissy's question, because she might change her question now.
Well, I just was looking for like, did you do like canoeing? Like, is it just normal camping gear, or was there anything that would have been?
It wasn't even really camping. We were just like hiking through the woods. Like, everyone for the most part had a large backpack, like roughly one of those per person.
Okay, good.
So transporting more humans than gear.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mental and Chris, you're up.
Was there enough space for the 18 people, baby, and their gear?
Yes.
Okay.
Was it generally satisfactory?
That's very.
I mean, this depends on which of the 4 cars you're talking
Well, yeah,
about.
give us the 4. If 2 sucked and 2 were great, that'll
okay, yeah.
that.
So one of the large SUVs was, I wasn't on the rental agreement for that one, which means I only drove it for about 10 minutes. The other one was like incredibly nice, way better than I would have expected any rental car to be. Just like largely in terms of its feature set. Then one of the smaller cars, the sedan was, it was a good car. It wasn't like a fantastic luxury car or anything, but it was just a solid, really good car. The
would
other
rent
one,
again.
Yeah, would
The
absolutely.
second
rent
question, Jeff.
That's not a question.
That's a
I'm
statement.
saying,
Statement.
quote, would rent again.
Would
It is a
absolutely
solid
rent
car.
that again.
Would rent again.
In fact, this is the 3rd time I've rented that model, and I have loved it every time. And then the other sedan, the small CUV, was an absolute pile of garbage. Do not recommend. Stay away. Like,
Nissan
if you
Rogue.
see one, turn around.
Well, that was the Rogue. Okay.
that has to be the road.
Wait,
Totally
before we start, I'm going to give
He
an
said
opportunity
no. He
for
said no.
all of the people in the chat to start throwing out your guesses.
Corey's got
and
one.
Corey's got one. He says Subaru Outback. I think that's a no.
Can I give
They're
another
never
hint?
fleets. Sure.
Please.
It was a Nissan, but it was not a Rogue.
Oh, now was that the one you hated that was garbage?
Yes.
Well, obviously.
Does that mean we can check off Nissan as garbage on our
Yes.
bingo cards?
Yeah, totally.
Honestly, that's a
Wartburger
free
has
space.
has my choice.
I'm gonna say
Murano.
Juke.
I was going to say Juke too. No.
No,
No?
I
that
already
says-
said Rogue, so
Oh, okay. No, it was a Nissan Kicks. Al Jones got it right.
Al
at the last-
Jones, Nissan
Jones.
Kicks.
All right.
Circle gets the
Um,
square.
Like 110 maybe horsepower, and supposedly it had a CVT, but it felt like a 4-speed slush box because you'd floor it going up the mountains, and it would chug at like 2,500 RPM, and you'd get 50 of those 100 horsepower.
Huh.
they're so
All right,
bad.
so Corey
Yeah.
thinks he has the truck that sucked as the Expedition. I have a guess on the truck that was good, and I'm going to go Nissan again
Ooh.
and say Armada.
So I didn't say either of the big SUVs sucked. Like, one was okay, one was like really
I'm going to say the surprisingly
luxurious.
good one. The
I would say.
surprisingly luxurious one.
And I'm gonna say the luxurious one was the Lincoln, was a Navigator.
I'm going to say
So-
Yukon.
Okay, Chrissy.
I was going smaller than this. I was going to go Pathfinder because I really liked the Pathfinder when I was out in Denver last time.
You had a Highlander, but okay.
Oh, Highlander. I'm sorry. Yes.
So, actually, you Jeff and Corey got it backwards. The Armada was like, okay, I only drove it for like 10 minutes, so I don't know. The other one was a Ford Expedition, but it was an Expedition Limited with like every single option that they have except somehow 4-wheel drive.
So it was a Navigator.
Yeah.
In Denver, you don't need that in Denver. So
yeah,
it's fine.
Denver, when you're going camping, what do you need 4-wheel drive for?
Exactly, yeah.
It's not going to snow.
All right,
Yeah,
so now the
okay.
last one is the good car, the one you actually like.
Good car, the one you like.
Would rent again. Everything was fine.
Solid is, I
I'm
think,
gonna
the term he used.
Yeah, I'm going to
Solid
say
car.
Corolla. That's my guess.
Too small. 18 people.
But it's
I mean, they
sedan.
didn't all fit in one car at the same time.
Fusion.
It was
Fusion.
a clown. It was a clown convention.
I'm going Ford Fusion.
I'm going to say, because I didn't hate it, even though it had a slush box, but the engine was designed well. I'm going to say Kia Forte.
Oh, Corey Dickman is voting Dodge Charger.
Oh,
Noted shitty Nissan expert Al Jones is suggesting Maxima.
no.
Whoa.
Oh,
Sorry.
Remember, I said this was good.
No.
This was my this was my favorite of the cars. It was not nearly as luxurious as the Expedition, but I think it was the best car of the 4.
That's high praise.
Charger's not a bad choice because they do have a lot of them in the rental fleet.
They do.
But I already guessed Fusion, so I'm done.
Yeah. Chrissy, did you have a guess?
I didn't. I'm toying between. I like the Toyota option, but I'm trying to think of what else they have other than the Corolla.
What ends up in the
Camry,
fleets? Like Camrys or
Camry?
Avalons?
Yeah. Camrys
Mhm.
often. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we've all got a guess in.
Yeah.
All right,
All right,
Camry's
yep.
in.
Yeah, you were right with Camry.
There you go.
Hey.
It
I like
was,
the Toyota option.
I don't know, 2018, 19.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't think they were really hitting the rental fleets that hard.
They
So-
were somewhat.
So I actually broke my rental car rule on this trip, and only one of the 4 topped 100 miles an hour, but it was the Camry, and like I barely even realized it. Like that car going 100 is smoother and makes less noise than my Mazda 2 going 70.
Yeah.
I was just going downhill, like the speed limit had just gone up to 75. I was keeping up with traffic, and I looked at the speedometer and was like, "Oh, I'm doing 86."
Oh, did we lose it?
And it's not
Did
going
I-
to really
I-
take very long if I oh, yep, there's 100.
Yeah. I think the new Camrys actually look really good too. I'm quite a fan of the current design.
I have heard they drive quite well.
Yep.
We had one as a rental a couple of years ago, probably similar generation to you did, and I drove it in the roads, like back roads out like near Tahoe one day when Chrissy was there doing something for work, and I flogged the hell out of that thing on some little tiny twisty roads, and it did a surprisingly good job for a car that wasn't supposed to do that. So,
Yep,
yeah.
I agree 100%. It was no Miata, but it was still a great experience.
It was not a Maxima either. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Crucially, yes.
excellent.
Awesome.
This is good.
Yeah.
Well, so let me see here. I got to figure out what to do with Tyler. I
Well, hey,
think
thanks
I
for joining
have
us, Tyler.
Yeah, thank you
thanks
for
for
joining
having me.
us.
Yeah. Hey, Tyler. Yeah. And thanks
think-
for showing up at
Oh.
our E1R league nights and crushing all of us.
Yeah. I
Except when Uncle Dave is there.
yeah, really. I can change you to attendee. This is a new version of Zoom. In the past, when I depromoted, sometimes it would kick you out when you were a thing. So if you are, just log back in. It shouldn't keep you out.
All right.
All right.
It kicked me out for like 10 seconds when you assigned me as a
when you
panelist,
assign,
so-
yeah, when you go to panelist, sometimes it kicks you out. So we'll see what it does. Change
right.
role to attendee. Thanks for coming, Tyler.
Thank you again for having me.
Yes.
All right. Where were we on the show notes? I lost track.
So we
sponsor
do
stuff?
exactly. We want to talk about Jeff. You wearing yours? We're rocking our stylish guys custom bracelets.
I am. I actually am wearing 2 different ones at the moment now. One that was given to me. This is a guy. Okay, what am I? Okay. That's the guy's bracelet.
Mhm.
This is the shiny black and Gulf colored GYX_customs. And this one I actually got from a monk, and it has Chinese lettering on it, and it's not nearly as nice, but I wanted a second one. So,
so yes, there it is, Guys Customs. They also make stuff like Jeff's, which is ready to wear if you go to there, and it's the Guys standards, made by the spouse of an automotive and watch enthusiast. They are all handcrafted. Mine is paint to sample to match the Mercedes, which I do enjoy very, very much. Even my wife doesn't make fun of me for this one. Granted, there's a lot of stuff people make fun of me about, including the claws and the fact that I have a tiny purse dog on my lap right now. But these Guys Customs, these are cool bracelets. Check them out. You can only get them on Instagram.
Awesome. Let's see here.
Upcoming races.
Upcoming races.
Champ Car is running Mid-Ohio, and it's a proper Champ Car field. We have 77 cars that will be there. 23 of them are BMWs.
Boring.
18 Miatas, 7 Hondas, 6 Porsches, and an 08 Mercury Grand Marquis.
That has to be the biggest field we've seen in Champ in quite a while.
I'm happy to see them getting their numbers back up.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Especially Mid-Ohio.
I think that's why. It's because Mid-Ohio.
I was going to say they're really kind of featured in one pockets of the United States. So
yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Wartburger is calling me a Karen for having Chinese lettering.
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love. It doesn't say that. It says, stupid American gave me $5 for this bracelet. That's what it says.
Yep. All right. And hey, there are 69
nice
cars traveling to the 24 Hours of Lemons race this weekend at High Plains Raceway in Colorado. Of those 69 cars, 9.5 are BMWs, which are terribly
boring.
Thank you. 7 Miatas, 3 Hondas, 2 Porsches, and our friend Ian from Apex Adjacent is going to be running the V8 swapped S10 from 88830 Racers. Special thanks to our fifth host, Eric Rude, who adds these insights to Toyota Starlets. Not sure we've ever had that in a single race, and I know one of those has a Suzuki 2.7 liter V6.
Where do you get a 2.7? That's like from a Suzuki
Grand
Vitara, right?
Yeah, it's a Grand Vitara.
No, not where. Why?
Out of all the motors on the planet, you can put in your Starlet.
It's apparently very small and light, which when you have a Starlet, that's why the people put
the drag
racers.
Absolutely,
right. Yeah. So, all right, so there's that. Number 5, almost average, to the guys in San Francisco who drive their Mini to races. Not sure if they're driving to Colorado in that car, but that would be amazing. Number 72 is an RX-8 with a K24.
Yeah.
Same guy with the Mercedes compressor powered by the Pinto engine, but that's so much better. I mean, the RX-8 with the K24, that's actually a good car. Like I would enjoy driving that. That would be very nice. Apparently his brother is a no step on snake Ford Focus guy with a Ford Focus. Eric says he's going to take a flyer on number 111 to win it as a long shot. They finished second a bunch of times near Houston with their MR2. Great team, quick car, not always reliable. And lots of super slow Class C stuff. There's the Grumpy Cat truck, Dodge truck with the airport tug motor in it. Yeah. There's a 2000 Chevy Malibu rental car spec.
Malibu.
81 VW Caddy diesel. 91 Chevette with a turbo, because that can only make it better. An 89 Pontiac Le Mans, actually.
Yes.
Is
that the Daewoo with a French car?
The Daewoo Opel Cadet thing.
That's what I thought.
They're everywhere.
It was an Opel.
Yes.
Yep. There's the Mercury Bobcat from Audubon and the Valiant from Indiana that actually, has license plates and drives around and stuff. So good quality Colorado field.
We got a question in the chat. Why 9.5 BMWs?
One of them is the Breaking Bad guys with their infamous LS swapped. Like they put 3 LSs in it and none of them had dipsticks and they kept blowing them up. And it sounds cheaty. It is. But if you ever meet the Breaking Bad guys, first off, they're phenomenal. They totally get lemons. Secondly, it really is a junkyard build. That thing is it's quick when it runs, but every time they leave the paddock or right before they start packing up, it looks like just 2 Terminators went at each other and ripped each other apart. And there's metal flying everywhere. So it's really just a half a BMW. The rest of it is just junkyard swap.
Nice.
Okay, Jeff.
Sorry, I was typing notes to you. Lucky Dog is hosting the Ridge Dog Duro at the Ridge in Washington. 75 cars, 27 BMWs.
Boring.
So boring.
That's a lot for them. 11 Miatas, 3 Hondas, 6 Porsches, and a 65 Ford. Wait for it, F100 pickup truck.
That's a new one.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Totally.
Boring. Correct.
So excited.
Recent results.
Yeah, we got nothing.
Yeah.
Really, at 75 cars for Lucky Dog's pretty good. I know it's Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where they usually are out of, but so good.
Yeah. And they usually cap them. And I think they probably let a few extras in because I believe on the website that was going to be limited to 70 cars. But, Kathy can't tell people no. She's just so nice.
Unless the track does, I think. Is what
Yeah.
the answer is.
No, I don't think it's a track. I always think it's the promoter.
Sometimes it is the track. I feel like I think Laguna has a cap.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, Laguna definitely has a cap.
Right.
Listener feedback time.
So a little while ago, we were helping Garage Heroes with their new Honda, posted up of what you're working on.
Yeah. Gregory S. said, using the tow pig to tow our firstborn up to Northeastern University, we're going to leave a trail of tears. Oh.
Brandon G. wrenching on his Integra. Really good looking second gen.
So I was telling my son to turn off his stuff. Michael K gave us an update on some sage advice. Prepped a 47 Plymouth for the Corvette Museum. Actually, they're foolishly letting our enthusiastic young engineer doing a shakedown at a track day the weekend before the race. Oy. Okay. Hot tip: when multiple people are working on multiple systems at different corners of the car, resist the urge to push the brake pedal unless every one of those people has said it's okay. New caliper en route as they rebuild the one that shot its pistons straight out.
And then a big mess. Greg OB said, spent the past week organizing the new shop. Lots of throwing out and sorting. And a new Hobart 210 MVP just showed up today. And I would like to spend a week throwing stuff out of my shop, and then stupid projects happen.
And then more stupid projects, and then more.
Yep.
The Stankinator said, finally finishing my commercial pilot test, getting back to my MX3 this week, which he has. Out text messages are full of the MX3 updates. He's getting there.
Yeah, no, he is. I believe he is almost ready, as Chris likes to say, to do the ceremonial swapping of the socket wrench. Once he gets the transmission out, then everything starts going back in.
Yep. Flip the wrenches from off to on.
Yes. Our previous birthday boy, Bill Fisher, the aforementioned, said, well, we are, you already know.
Yeah, we were there.
Finally, Bish was editing videos for his new channel of autocross silliness, Cones in That. We're going to put a link in the show notes. I am so amazed. Cones in That. So I guess he's obviously a Pittsburgh-based autocross. And we know that even though he has a fist, whatever it is, a Fiesta. ST, he autocrosses like his B-body wagon, right?
That he'll autocross lots of stuff. One of the things on his channel, he's got about 6 videos up right now. He's been doing interviews while on the autocross course. He wants to try and eat a lasagna during an autocross run. He's got to,
never mind. I'm not going to go there.
It's very Bish, kind of just goofy fun. If you haven't spent any time with the whole Bish crew to race, it's the League of Legitimate Nigerian Businessmen. They are fun.
Nice to start with something like a burrito, like while
that's probably a better way to go.
And then you know what? And then work your and Chris from an interview years ago with Ike. What is the worst car to eat or food to eat while driving? And work your way up to that one.
Fondue.
Boom.
I still think it's Doritos Locos Tacos.
It's not soup.
A fondue fountain. Come on.
I had soup the other day in my Veloster. Did not spill a drop.
Yet.
See?
Yeah, exactly.
Just one soup.
One coat. I am
One goes.
Corey Dickman's mad because he was typing the joke. and
I
you
know.
beat him
Yeah,
to it.
I could say it. He had to say it.
There was
Anyone
more
in
than one
the
goat.
participants wants to put their hand up, use the raise hand feature. We will do some live listener feedback. I put it in the chat, but nobody put their hands up, so I'm not gonna surprise you, Jackie. I'm not gonna turn your mic on, but I would love to hear from you, Jackie. I see you out there. No, you don't want to. Okay.
Yeah, sitting. She's sitting in her palace, petting Dean's dog in her lap, going, "I'm not falling for that one again."
All right.
Oh, wait, no. Here she goes.
Timber.
No. Jackie says she's got stuff she wants to show us.
Oh, okay.
Timber
Tim,
has
hold
his
on.
hand.
We'll go to you next. So Jackie and Tim, we're going to do some live. We're going to do some live listener feedback. Jackie, I am attempting to promote you to panelists, so you could turn on your camera. We don't know if it's Jackie or Jackie and Dean.
Am I here?
You're here. Hello.
Yay.
Well, I had something because I was getting worried about my husband, but I think he might have turned the corner. Rolls Royce problems, and I think
Oh.
You know,
You
we
are a
understand.
resident
We
expert
know
in
Rolls
this.
Royce.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Well,
Where is the boy? Bring him to the thing. Dean.
what now?
We'll get back to the Porsche in a second.
No, I meant the fuel pump guts.
Oh,
Well, that too.
well, you take us. We're on a guided tour with you now. Oh, sorry.
Wonderful. What started with a tune-up ended with me rewiring the car.
Oh,
and a
no.
replacement fuel pump, a carburetor rebuild, and setting points and all that stuff. Super.
That sounds about right.
fun.
Yeah.
But did
Yeah.
I hear it just start for the first time in like a month and a half?
It runs, but
Okay.
it doesn't want to start. you can believe
Somebody, not everyone in the internet knows exactly what you're talking about. Why don't you tell us what is that fantastic Rolls Royce
So-
we're looking at?
Well, so this is a 1967 Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow.
Silver
I
Shadow,
keep
right?
mistaking it with a cloud, but it's not. It's a shadow. And we bought it because the interior is ridiculous.
It is so good.
It is
So
ridiculous.
You should see the interior because it looks like a purse threw up in here,
Yeah, it's so great.
and it is very cool.
It
And I
is.
took a lesson from you people. You people's not the right word. I put the dryer sheets in here because it smelled like an old boat. But
in a
then-
bad way.
I don't think I've seen the headliner before. I saw the seats.
Oh no! And it has a green carpet. Green
That's
carpet.
amazing.
Yeah.
And
is
even
so
you have to
good.
even see the trunk. So the trunk is the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah, I knew the trunk had the
my
same thing as
goodness,
the
that
door
is
panels.
So wonderful.
I've seen that before.
Listeners, if you're listening to this on your way to work or on your way to the track, it's awesome, and thank you for listening. Go to YouTube. I've pinned this to the chat. Hopefully this will be the one that gets uploaded. You need to see this interior because it looks like your really, really rich aunt's house that had the sitting room and the couch that you weren't allowed to sit on when you were growing
with
up.
the
This is-
plastic over it.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Jackie, go back to the
It
other
is
interior shot because
phenomenal.
I just made it big. And this way we'll get everything. Oh,
It even comes with your little foot rests. It's amazing.
I like that yours has the tables in the seat. Art has like the champagne cabinet behind the passenger seat, but you couldn't open it if you had legs. That's the problem. The tables make much more sense.
But it's just infuriating because so much stuff works and so much other stuff doesn't. And I spent I had a small, what I thought was a fuel leak that turned into a brake leak. That I then had to rebuild all the control systems.
Oh yeah,
that was super fun.
The 67 hydraulic hoses that are in that car.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good.
all bubble flared. Not a single one of them like regular.
And if you have to
flares.
replace them, you can't just go to a flap. So you gotta go somewhere
Yeah.
else.
You got to make them all.
Yeah, you got to make them all, which is fine. I mean, I ordered that copper nickel tubing, which is super easy to bend.
Good
It's
move.
super there once you do that, but then the tubing can be there, but you can't put it there. So you actually have to bend it as you route it through the car. It's so much fun.
Yep.
So
Well,
But I finally got the hydraulics to work, and then the car didn't run right when it was hot. So I said, well, I'll do a tune-up. It probably needs a coil because that's a symptom, apparently. And so after many parts, many wires, many things, the car finally has started this instant, actually.
Excellent.
Yeah. Nice.
You
Congratulations.
were here to see it.
Yeah, quite literally, I heard it like start roaring about 5 minutes ago, and I was like, "Oh, there might be like a life after this," because it's been a pretty not fun couple of weeks.
Yeah, I was ready to blow it up.
Been there, done that.
That's Rolls Royce life, right there.
I'd like to point out that is the most Dean thing ever. He's standing there with a solo cup. You can hear the eyes talking around there. He is wearing a horribly stained Ferrari shirt, working on his Rolls Royce himself. That is like
really
the Deanest thing of all Deans.
Yeah. So, and I had to actually get started with the Porsche because the Porsche gave us a code brown at Willow because the steering jammed. So
not a good place for steering to jam at Willow.
No. I was going into turn 3 and it didn't want to turn. So it turns out the way I depowered the rack wasn't quite so engineering like. It was more like barnyard engineering like. So I had to redo that.
Well,
we were able to fix it at the track, which was amazing. And we got the rest of the stints in for the day. And had a good time. So I just wrapped up fixing that. So it's ready to go for Button Willow.
Yes, your chariot awaits.
I know, can't wait.
Looking forward to it.
All right, this is
also
this is
you'll have to have matching cups apparently because the cup matches.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's
amazing.
Crown. This is the
Crown Royal
cup. It's perfect for coffee. Then you can do seltzer for lunch, and then when you're ready, beer, whatever else you want to put in there.
It's like every other cup that exists, as far as I can tell.
No, it's insulated. that's fair.
Oh boy.
I mean,
Okay.
it's insulated. Whatever.
Well, so that's what I wanted to show you was at least the Porsche and that it's getting ready. But Rolls-Royce news happened as well. So 2 things for one.
That's
Well,
awesome.
thank you for giving
Thank
us
you,
the tour
Jackie.
and inviting you in the house, and thank you for giving us rides, even though I can't make it because I'll be at work.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll
Don't
come out.
forget,
I'll come out
in
later.
December.
Sonoma.
Maybe.
Tell us. Yeah, tell us
Maybe.
about Sonoma. Yeah, come on
We'll
out.
see.
It'll be fine. I'll put you in the RV. It'll be great.
All right, everybody,
Right.
wave bye to Jackie.
Thanks. See ya.
Bye.
Hi.
Oh, that is just fantastic. You know who else is a wonderful person whose cups work for?
Oh, wait, don't do
breakfast,
that yet. We're
lunch,
still
and
going to
dinner?
Tim.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, hold on, Matt. Tim
Yeah,
also
I have
has
to come up with a new lead in.
Yeah, exactly. Tim has some live listener feedback. Tim, you
Oh.
should be able to unmute yourself and come on in.
All right. We see that he's muted.
He's
we
here.
See his
He's still
name.
muted.
We don't see his video. And if you get video and I don't see Zoe, I'm going to be upset.
Is Zoe a dog? I hope.
Let's work on audio first.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
All
we got.
right.
Hey, we got
Hey,
audio.
Tim, we got
There
you.
go.
All right, beautiful.
How you doing out there?
Everybody. Hello, you beautiful people.
Excellent.
Hi, Tim.
What's going on?
I just want to say that it was awesome to see Dean and Jackie. I love you guys and can't wait to see you at Butt Willow, and congrats on the rolls. That thing is epic.
Yes.
Love it.
It's going to be awesome.
That is,
But,
we're doing listener feedback. So tell us what you're working on, or tell us what you like or hate about the show.
So I am working on driving back to California from the state of Maine. I'm currently in a hotel with my wife and my dog, and we are in Buffalo, New York on day 1 of a 4-day trek back across, where I will then begin thrashing on the WAP to get it ready for a race coming up very, very soon. Hopefully nothing too crazy. I do have a few new shiny bits I want to put on it, which will be fun.
For new listeners, what is the WAP?
It is a 2007 Pontiac Solstice that I picked up from Mr. Abbott that was painted dick color, I think it was called.
It was flesh tone, yes.
That's what the
It
can
was.
said. Yes, can said.
we actually mixed that color. It was like white and brown and red, and kept kind of like that'll work.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Did you have to make that noise? Did you really?
So I met Chris in a seedy gas station parking lot, and he swapped the trailer from his vehicle to mine, and I dragged it across the country, and we stopped in Ohio after that first time, and it poured rain that night. And we came out and they had a dick colored parking lot when we left. So we got in the car very quickly and exited before anyone would notice. So then I had, it was a silvery dick car for the rest of the way back to Matt's house. So that, the WAP started out as that and is now known as the wet ass Pontiac. So we affectionately known as the WAP. So great little car. It is basically a fat Miata.
Yep.
Fantastic. It's Ecotech powered. It is not the supercharged or turbocharged version. And it's a great car.
Yeah. It's fun. We put really big rubber underneath it and found out that doesn't make it any better. So but it is still a hell of a lot of fun to drive, and we've got some parts cobbled together after the incident where I had my trailer broken into, enclosed trailer, and somehow these wonderful mechanics were able to remove 2 seats out of a convertible in a box trailer. I don't know how they did that. So
they were hard to get in there in a garage.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah, seriously. Yeah. The level of effort that they put into that. Really. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty epic. So, so we've got a seat in it. We got new belts. We took a steering wheel from Dean that I think is a 7-inch diameter steering wheel. It feels like I'm in a little toy car for kids.
Is it a chain? I've seen
it should be a chain. It should be a chain.
So you can drive it. So you can drive it with handcuffs on.
Lowrider style, yo.
Don't ask me how I know that, but yes, you can do that. So it's fun. It's a fun car. I'm looking forward to the race and looking forward to seeing the East Coasters out there. So
absolutely.
I have a question though for the group.
Ooh.
So my
it is AMA.
It's a question. So if the 4 of you on this podcast, if only 3 of you could continue on, who would you kick off and why? And that's a question for each of you.
What? Wow. What? I'm stuck in Buffalo, New York. I'm going to start a fight on the Everyone Racers podcast.
That's funny.
We all know it's me.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay, so here is the actual thought that we put in to when those 3 created the podcast and invited me, is that this was
created. We got a drunk text from Mental one night.
Yeah,
and we drunk
you know what I
and
mean.
Responded, yeah, sounds great. Let's get Jeff.
Ron Harrington's out there like, wow, they're going to answer this. So I think Mental and I both have a similar role, because we are both like kind of the comedy, like fun, yippee version. It's like
certainly not Chris. So there's
you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And then like
I'm the Kimi Räikkönen of the show.
We got the Kimi up here, and then we actually need Chrissy's voice because the amount of female content in this is very lacking. So having a female voice on our podcast is extremely helpful, and she checks us as often as she can, even though we run her over. So I would say Mental or I are more expendable than Chrissy or Chris.
Yeah. And Chrissy puts in a lot of organization that you guys just won't see or hear on the show, but there's a lot of texts and emails and stuff like that. Yep, definitely on that one.
And here I think I am the least valuable one because I do the least stuff to get the show going and all that junk or promoted or any of that kind of crap. And as everyone gets better to be better drivers and better mechanics, I become less important.
Randy does have a question, Jeff. He's wondering how the two of us could screw up the same theme music at once.
It's true.
I'm sure we'll find out. We'll find a way.
Well, we were going to move on to the main topic, which is the AMA section of. So, Tim, this is a great bridge. Would you like to say hi to Chrissy's mom before I turn off your microphone? We think she's here listening.
She's here.
I would love to say hello to Chrissy's mom, and I can't wait to try one of your cookies.
Oh,
noted.
I was going to say, are there cookies? Are there cookies going to the West Coast?
I will be coming east at some point in the future. And
okay, that's a lot easier.
All right. I probably can bring a container with me though.
Chrissy, if you're worried about them getting in your luggage, because I'm driving, mail them to me. I'll bring them in the RV,
and they'll get there like in 6 months, like they did the last time.
Oh, that was Christmas,
and there'll be 3 left.
That's what I'm more concerned about.
That's probably it. Yes.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So, Tim, thanks for coming. I'm going
to
send you back to attendee.
See you shortly.
And
see you guys soon.
Be safe, buddy. There's a lot of country.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. It is main topic time. There is an intro. What do we want to do? Mental, do you want to talk about this? Do you want to start us off on the main topic?
Absolutely.
Mental's going to get serious and personal.
No, he's not going to get serious. He's never get serious, but he's going to get personal. I genuinely thank you all. Thank you all the listeners, not just for waiting 7 weeks while we got our crap together, but support and feedback.
Connected our turds.
Yeah, that one works. The help, beer when we're at the track or when we've judged races, show ideas, our tolerance, and given up. Honestly, I think we settled on, we used to try and do a hard limit, but we just settled into a nice 90-minute rhythm, which, by the way, we're totally going long on this one, an episode to listen to us talk about what is genuinely a delightful and very silly pastime. And from the actual first instance that we realized someone outside of our little tiny group of racer buddies was listening, and I'm going to let Jeff tell that story, this entire, literally from episode 1 on, it is all just been this wonderful dive into humanity and the intelligence and the joy and the heartbreak of this hobby and a depth that I try to be attuned to, but I really didn't think it was as deep as it is. I love racing. I love amateur racing. I love hanging out with everybody on there. And you guys have all expanded my knowledge. I've made great new friends because of this. And you have all genuinely restored my faith in people. And you've given me a lot more through this silly little podcast than I can actually express in words. So thank you all.
Wow, that's like heartfelt. I'm going to shout out. I'm going to do a shout out here too. I also want to thank all the listeners. Mental and I actually took a meeting from a potential new media partner, and we're probably going to be talking about it next week. And we're going to be,
it's cool shit. It really is.
Cool. It's cool. And we're not getting anything for it. We have never taken a single dime for any of this. If you've heard us do shout outs like from Guys Customs or any of this, the best they've ever done is given us a discount. We thanked, we got free entry to a lucky dog race once that we had to fly ourselves out to. And then the rest has really been like every single, the shirt that is on Chris's back was paid for out of his pocket. And, we don't do this for anything more than the listeners themselves. And we are shocked that people are still listening. And I'm going to shout out a specific listener here who could not join us. Erling Lang, we think is how you pronounce it. He joins us from Sweden.
So we leave the European pronunciation to Jeff.
Exactly. I don't know why. Do you know any Swedish? No, I don't think so. But he really wanted to join us live, but he says, too bad it will be 2 a.m. CET. Don't know what that means. I assume that
Central European time.
Central European time. Okay, sure. Again, why
Mr.
you leave the
Worldly.
European stuff for me? I had been to
'Cause
Europe
it's
since
funny.
high school. Otherwise, he would gladly listen live. He hopes we have a nice time. He sends hearts from Sweden. And he says a little while ago, he sent us a story on the Honda Frida Fit Jazz, which they are racing over there in Europe. They're racing here too. And he wanted to know if we have any thoughts on a theme about a Honda Fit, what we would do. And I said, we recently watched a Honda Fit with a case swap, do extremely well in our racing. Chris, why not a Fit? What's the story? Tell us, Honda man.
Fits are cool. I just like the older wishbone Hondas better. I think they're a little lighter, have a better suspension design, and they're a little cheaper to get together. But Fits are absolutely cool. They're especially great daily drivers. And for a theme, first thing that comes to mind is make it like an 80s jazzercise kind of theme.
Oh, because of jazz.
Oh, that's a good one.
Fit and jazz.
Yes.
So you get jazzercise. So everyone's wearing little leotards with the sock things, and you paint the car like the pastel, pinky kind of colors, the leg warmers, right?
Yes,
Neon.
You got to find the Reebok puffy high tops. So I think a jazzercise theme.
Pretty sure I
would be-
could go
That's
in my
excellent.
basement
very good.
boxes and find some stuff.
And you could even have TV in the back playing the jazzercise out the back for the people who are watching as they're behind you, right? Exactly.
You need to get like the tape where they're like in the leotards, like pushing their pelvis up, and guys to be like, what's going on there?
Yeah. That's a good one. I was going to say Converse high top, but Chris's is way better.
Jazzercise.
I think they look kind of space shuttle-y, and I was thinking airplane or something like that. But Dish Fairy has owned several Honda Fits. Didn't he did he daily a Fit for a very long time?
For a while. But he changes cars like underwear.
He does. Yeah. Star Trek shuttle. The Wart Burglar is suggesting Star Trek shuttle. He also says he fits in a Fit.
Yeah.
Which is a surprise because
they have a lot of huge amount of room.
Yeah.
They're amazing from a space efficiency standpoint. Mostly it's because the fuel tank is actually under the front seats instead of under the back seats like in most cars. So that gives them a lot more flexibility with how everything worked behind the front seats.
Wow.
I
We
did
are
not know that.
we are going to open up for questions. So if you have a question you'd like to go live, hit that little raise the hand button. If not, I'm just going to plunk down and do stuff.
Well, and
Does someone want to
while
call
we're
someone?
waiting on
Or
that, Corey Dickman does said he also fits in a Fit comfortably, and Grid Life actually had a Fit series. They just called it, Spec Fit. So it was because so many Grid Life instructors had Honda Fits that they were a blast on track. Holly Heiser let me take hers out as an instruction one time at Autobahn, and they're very good, capable cars. And I think you're going to start seeing a lot of them. They're very much like Mazda 3s, just good, fun cars.
That was actually my other car that I was looking at when I bought my Mazda 3. Was a Honda Fit.
yes, B-Spec. Tyler's talking about B-Spec. They're running them in B-Spec, pretty popular. I was going to go to the Wart Burglar. I'm hitting the promote button.
If you have children in the car, you might want to turn the volume down.
I've already cursed a few times. And we read what he said on there.
But it's Aaron.
Here he comes.
And when it doesn't work,
he seemed to have a lot to talk about the Fit. Aaron, hit your microphone button. You could talk to us.
Here I am.
Hello.
What's going on?
Not much, man. How's it going?
Not much. We got the Cressida running this weekend.
Nice.
I didn't know it didn't run.
Yeah, I
Okay.
fixed it.
Yeah.
Well, no, it ran, but we chased down some issues and I fixed the ignition timing. I was off a total of
Yay.
4 degrees.
Well, that would explain the power difference between last year.
Oh,
and this
massive
year.
power difference, and why the car was so hot, because when a car's running retarded timing, the exhaust will actually jump up like 40-50 degrees.
Yeah. So now I won't be able to run it down with the Mazda quite as easily. That's great.
Well, you will. I don't know about anybody else.
Wow.
So how do you feel about the Honda Fit as a race car?
I'm down. Put a fat man seat in it. Let me drive it.
Is there anything you wouldn't drive if you fit in the seat?
No.
Chevy.
It says race car on it. I'll drive it. I've driven a Chevy race car. I'll do it again.
He'll drive a Chevy. He just won't wrench on a Chevy.
If I get to race it, I'll wrench it all day long.
Corey is inviting you in the chat to drive the Omega. Come out and hit the 6-liter powered Omega.
I love that car so much. I love it.
I'll rock it the day I can afford to fly out of California. Gladly.
There you go.
Gladly.
Hey, are you doing any roundy round at the moment?
Just helping the ruts. Other than that, that's about it. I haven't been actually in a roundy round car for a while. So
yeah. The other day, I think I saw one of the whatever those things are, the Hondas. What that kind of car was that?
Prelude.
The Prelude. I saw the Prelude at the Rut's house when I drove by. Looked like it was disassembled on the back of the trailer.
They don't live there anymore. That's actually the guy that lives there. His kid's running it now. That's actually the car Neil won the championship in like 2 years ago.
There you go.
That's a fast car, or it was.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, thanks for joining us, Aaron. Do you have any questions for us? I know you know us, so you ask us questions.
Yeah, I've really just a bunch of torment and shit talking.
That's about right.
What I do best.
We can always ask a question like mental. What's up with that hair, yo?
Well, when are we fixing the Nissan?
There you go. Thanks.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you.
That's a great question.
Soon.
I believe somebody should answer that question.
Thanks, buddy.
Soon. I actually have a weekend coming up that I was going to tell my brother to get your ass over here.
I'll come down with the Sequoia and tie a strap to it and straighten it out.
Yeah.
Gonna need more than that.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Good question. Thanks,
Aaron.
All right, Red. Now I got to figure out how to turn him back into a guest. Aaron, thank you for coming in. I'm going to push the change the role to attendee. And I know you like cookies. What's your favorite cookie from Chrissy's mom on the way out?
Chocolate chip.
Oh,
He's a traditionalist.
I love chocolate chip cookies.
I like the peanut butter chocolate chip ones. They're the ones that I'm on.
They're not bad. I'm just a big fan of regular chocolate chip.
There you go. Stick to the populars. Everyone wave bye to Aaron.
Bye, AA Ron.
AA Ron is out of here. All right.
Should we just go to some of the pre-submitted?
Do you want to do pre-submitted questions? We could do that.
Do some of those.
We have got a couple of new guests in the chat, in the attendee list. If you haven't seen, Uncle Dave is now in the house. Mr. Harrington, Mr. Bish, Mullahorn, Greg O'Brien from the Jersey Boys.
See, I like
and,
Randy.
Quote,
Randy's on
Garage Heroes in Training.
Good.
We don't know which Garage Hero in Training. Could be Alan. Could be Bill.
Vicky.
Could be Vicky. We hope it's Vicky. It's probably going to be Bill.
I like that Randy and I are in the same wavelength for the Honda Fit theme. He said the 1988 Crystal Light National Aerobic Championship. Yep. Same wavelength there, Randy. Nice job. Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Why don't you do a pre whatever, pick a pre one, go ahead and ask that. And if any one of the attendees wants to ask a question, use the raise your hand feature.
So Bill said, of course, Bill submits questions and has a list and they're bulleted. What area or areas of driving and or racing are you working on this off season? Why, how, and how are you going to know it worked? Okay.
That doesn't have any, like, I can't work like penis in at all in that.
No, you just did that. So there you go. I'm not working on, I'll re-answer this. I'm not working on any driving or racing stuff this winter. I just want to reduce the number of cars we have. That's what I want to do, and have the ones that we have work.
That's I'm there.
Like Citroen's got to go. Down to one Civic from two. Like this is too many right now. That's my main focus right now. The Mazda has no engine.
You didn't even answer the question.
That's it. That's why
what he's working on this winter.
How I'm going to do it? Keep working on them constantly. And how do I know it worked? Because I have more room and space and time and money. There we go. That's my measure. Mental.
So I have actually not had an opportunity to do very much racing by design. I'm also trying to refocus some of my priorities. So I took a year off. I have been doing some coaching, things like that. So I've been staying active in the scene. And while you guys are all digging yourselves out of snow, we still have plenty of opportunities. So I am looking to double down on some of my sim driving efforts. I want to get back into autocrossing as soon as I have a proper vehicle to do it, and some karting. And that is how I'm going to try and focus on at least maintaining a standard of ability. I'm never going to be the fastest guy, but I'm usually one of the faster people. How will I know it worked, or if I got better, by what measure? My only real existing thing is times that I have turned on tracks before, which, thanks to the internet, these things are all saved over the years. And granted, some of these cars are going to be modified over the off season. So I don't know if that'll work better or not, but I know how I feel when I get out of the car, when I feel like I had a good session. And really the clock means nothing at that point, because you are kind of stacking yourself up against other teams. Did you at least maintain the same gap? Did they close the gap? Did you open a gap? Are you trying to move up a few places? So I think that's just going to be my only real measure on that. But I'll turn it internally of, do I feel better when I get out of the car? Do I feel like I'm handing off a good, safe car, and that I put us in a good place as a team member?
Cool.
I'm going to work on get all the cars working. And I'm going to work on my fitness, because even though I worked out a little, I put the office clothes back on. And I think it's Chris who said it. You just can't outrun the spoon, man. And COVID has expanded my waist. And just like Randy Bish, I'm all about fitness pizza in my mouth. And it's going to be a problem.
It's tough when you get older, man.
It is.
It's real. The struggle is real. I know. Yeah.
Chrissy, do you want to say something before I turn on the microphone?
I can. Yeah. I probably should be doing more than I am, but I think hopefully we did a couple HPDs in between season. I guess we're going to get in another car in a couple weeks. So I guess just keep getting in the car when I can. And I didn't do any track maps this year, which is a thing I enjoyed, and it felt like it helped me think about the track in different ways. But because I did most of the tracks that we usually go to, so I don't really have a whole lot outstanding, but probably should get back into that and make a couple more, especially if we're headed to tracks that I have not done one before. So yeah, I don't have a really good answer.
I thought you initially said, when we were still on the fitness thing, and you were like going to do more about fitness this year.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I'd be like, when? Because you work out 3 times a day. I want your shoulders right now. I wish, just.
Well, it's just the shirt. But no, I will keep working out. How about that?
Yes.
Try not to rub it in everybody's face
to a level that humiliates everyone. And I work out, and it's embarrassing when I compare my fitness routine to Chrissy.
Speaking of fitness, here comes our next guest.
Whoever it is already pissed.
Hello, Randy Bish. Are you with us?
Could you like to turn on fitness?
Exactly. Nice. Nice.
Got him.
Oh, excellent.
Howdy, you crazy kids. How you doing tonight?
Awesome. How you doing? How drunk are you?
So there's a local place called the New Brighton Hot Dog Shop, and they give out cups. They're like the cup equivalent of like the Cool Whip containers. Like everybody just uses them later on as like actual like flatware. I've been filling it with clear liquor, and I'm on number 4, so this ought to be great. The rewatch is going to be news for me too, so I'm glad we're all on the same page.
We've had at least one of those shows. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh cool. Man, there's been so much going on tonight. Did you drag me in here with a specific question in mind, or are we just...
No, you're supposed to ask us a question. This is Ask Us
I'm
Anything.
sorry. I'm new to this whole concept. I'm just jumping along here.
I'd like to add that you could usually find me and Randy most Sunday evenings doing Lemon's iRacing commentary. And this is the level of professionalism we bring to every Sunday night event.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
The bar is high. Like way up here.
The bar is high. The bar is here.
Awesome.
Yes.
I did have a question for you because we know that onlylambs.com, we know that onlyfans.com recently announced that they're going to remove all the porn from their site. What is the status of onlylambs.com? Are they taking a similar stance?
You see, we had this thought out. We were really going to show up to Gingerman with the full out themed. Only Lambs will not be banning pornographic material. In fact, we will be bringing more on, and we were going to really lean into it. And then Only Lambs or OnlyFans backtracked like a bunch of bastards. By the way, are we monetized? How much can I drop several words?
We are not monetized.
Oh, fuck yeah. So now our theming is really up in the air, and we've learned at this point to not settle on a theme because it ends up with everybody buying costumes and props, and then 3 days before tech, somebody dies or something happens, or like new theme concept.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
And that's how I have a closet full of inflatable dolls. I have a flag that says Moby Keith. Like, it just a bunch of themes that never were. So like we have a couple of concepts, and none of them are good, mind you. They're all horrific. They're all terrible. But I'm sure we are coming out to Gingerman with a 2-car effort. I am absolutely sure whatever we have will be delightfully, I was going to say tastefully, but I won't lie to you, okay, people, but it'll be terrible.
That's awesome.
We expect nothing less.
I'm pretty sure it's Vicky in the comments under the Garage Heroes in Training is saying, yeah, right. That's how the dolls got into your house.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Well, that's how the 6th and 7th ones ended up there.
Oh, okay. That's fine. The inflatable sheep was purchased for personal reasons.
You buy one inflatable sheep.
Yep. Just one.
Just one.
Oh! I did have some real questions.
Sure.
The three brain cells in my head are like rubbing together on occasion. So, Mental, behind you.
Yes.
That poster is that the DSM that shows up at Gingerman?
Yes, this was one of the bribes at Autobahn. They brought me and Eric these full-size 24 hours of Le Mans style posters, and I said, I friggin' love this. And I'm absolutely going to put it up behind me when I record the wrap-up video, which we've recorded. It's just still going through the editing process. And yeah, I love it. I love the look of it. It's going to stay there as long as Vicky lets me get away with this nonsense because she already hates the belt. I also have the infamous, the Bentley from Thunder Hill. You come across this stuff, and I'm still new enough as a Lemons judge to where I am enthralled with it. Nick and Jay and Eric are like, eventually it gets old. So I have to establish a parameter, and I'll start switching out old stuff with new stuff. But right now, yes, I love that poster. And if it ever comes out of the house, it's probably going in my garage.
And Tyler wants to know what's above the Bentley. Since you mentioned
that is actually my second going away for my second retirement from the 561st to the Black Knights.
There you go. Well, Randy, thank you for showing up, and thank you for being at least sober enough to remember your question.
I do have a real question though, if I can double up here.
Sure.
Okay, sweet. So when I met you guys in person, that was probably 2 or 3 years after becoming acquainted on the internet, because that's the weird thing that the internet does. And you guys have been doing this for what in the industry is known as a long ass time now.
The podcast or the racing?
Yes.
Okay.
What's your long-term goal? Do you have any long-term goals left? Do you have any stretch goals left? Are you just winging this day by day? Because that's okay. Or do you have like some?
When
some
did Randy Bish
monumental-
become Bill?
Yeah, this is very.
I will have you.
It's
I
like
will
a
have you
real
know-
question.
I will have you know that there is not a single natural gas meter in terror in my town. Thank you.
Wow, there's a listener to both shows right there.
Yeah, that's a deep cut.
Go ahead, Chris. You go first.
We don't really have any racing goals left. We won all the trophies, so except Judge's Choice, and I feel like we can't. We're too close. So that's yeah.
Especially now. I mean,
yeah. Now it's just casual racing with friends.
That's not true. You're like, we could win with this car. We could
Well,
win
doesn't
with
mean
this car.
you can casual race with friends and push a little harder.
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes.
no, but you're not going to get Judge's Choice. Yeah.
That's
No.
okay.
Yeah. Develop cars and develop friends and have fun with our friends at the racetrack. Period.
Yeah, I just be open to like the really cool awesomeness that is out there, and some of these goals present themselves. A couple of years ago, just because of doing this goofy thing, I got to race the 25 hours of Thunderhill. Pie in the Sky Dream, 24 hours of Daytona. Why not? You know, some super rich person
hit the lottery. Yeah.
Somebody hits a lottery and says, you know what? I'm checking this off a bucket list. Why not? More achievable. I am still adamant that we can swing press passes at Le Mans. I think we can do it. I think we'll get paddock press passes. We'll have to pay our own way there, but we're going to walk around and pretend that we're real journalists. Why not? Make somebody tell me no.
We're going to try anyway.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, really, I just want to go to more tracks and experience more things. Like that's right now when you say like, what is the next things I want to do in 3 years? I want to go to all the tracks that I haven't been to. I want Mid Ohio. I want VIR. I want Watkins Glen. I want Road America. All these tracks.
Yeah,
cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Bish. We are going to send you out of here.
I will catch you kids at New Hampshire, where I'm sure I will be this level of sobriety.
I will see you at Gingerman next month.
I too will see you at Gingerman. We will have multiple cars for you. God have mercy on our souls.
Raise hell, praise Dale,
burn down
Applebee's.
It's egregious.
It's terrible. Oh, why? We have not yet heard. I'm going to skip Corey and go to him next because we have not yet heard from Mr. Mulhern. James, if you're out there, unmute your mic.
I'm here.
There you are.
I think you can even turn on your camera if you'd like to, but you don't have to. No pressure.
All optional.
I think I'm good on that one for now.
How's the Volvo?
The Volvo is struggling right now. But it's maybe it'll be ready. We'll see. It's disassembled currently.
We understand that.
All the way down to the pistons. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do and not too many weeks. But the big project actually is that my question goes to you guys. Speaking of tracks that you want to go to, I'm actually moving to Europe in 2 weeks.
Oh,
so the question is what tracks do I go to in Europe? That's the question. I've already been.
I'm gonna have to defer here. I barely could. I don't even know what country Spa Francorchamps is in. I know I want to go there. Francorchamps.
The first two answers that popped into my head, Tyler Stank just typed into the comments. Yeah, dude, you have to go do the Nürburgring, and the crappier the car, the better, because you have to. And way back in the early 90s, when we were driving to Belgium to see the International Auto Show, we accidentally found ourselves on Spa because it used to be a public road when not used as a racetrack, which was hella cool. Just driving down, all of a sudden there were grandstands on either side. We stopped, and I've got a VHS cassette of that someplace. It was fun.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, good.
The track in Portugal, whatever, I don't remember what it's called. The one they run F1 on in Portugal looked amazing. Like so much elevation change, complicated, great scenery. That would be one I think I'd look into. I mean, Europe is. I mean, it's
massive.
It's a big place,
Where
right?
in Europe are you going to? That might help us.
I'm moving to Vienna, Austria for school for 2 years.
It's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Now, when Chris says Europe is big, he's not kidding because there's a very vastness to it. But at the same time, like Germany, for example, is the entire country is the size of Wisconsin. There are very few places you can't be in Europe in a day, either driving or
from Vienna. That's a very central location to
Boom.
all kinds
Yeah,
of things.
you're
Like
right
aside
there.
from going down to, aside from the Iberian Peninsula, you can get all kinds of places quickly. Cool. Well, good luck, James.
Yeah.
Hope that works out.
Thanks, guys.
Great question,
Tell us where you go. We'll want to see.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah. What kind of school? Can I ask you a question? What kind of school?
I'm going to engineering school.
Oh, driving
God.
trains? You can trains in America.
Whoa.
Not that kind of train, not that kind of engineer, but
Jokes aside, like Austrian engineering school, that is like the big league. That like Austrian engineering schools would be like MIT, they use the crayons. I mean, wow, that's impressive. That is really cool.
it's actually for anyone who wants to go to school in Europe, it's very cheap to go there. So
yes, the German model is one of the two main models. It is actually the direct opposite of the model of American schools. So,
yeah,
awesome.
We paid $900 per semester to attend.
Wow. Will you be taught in German or in English?
In English.
In English.
So they have a subset of degrees to do in English.
Well, fantastic.
Cool.
Good luck.
Enjoy yourself, sir. That sounds great.
Thank you, guys.
All right. As we say goodbye to Mr. Mulhern, let's see, change role to attendee. We're going to go back. He's already been here once, but Corey's got a question for us.
I think you kicked out Chris.
Oh, I think I did too. I could fix that. Hold on a minute.
Man, the producer of our show is really.
Can you hear me, Jeff?
No.
There we go.
can. Hold
That's
on one
Corey.
second. We lost Chris. I got to bring Chris back.
Oh, now James.
No, it only does one thing at a time.
Oh.
So I got to go to attendees, and I got to find Chris. There he is. Promote to panelist. Here he comes. He's back. Wait, James is back. What the heck is going on here?
No, I never left. But,
All right, hold on a minute. Okay. Okay, now we got James. There we go.
Yeah. Chris was like, screw this game.
He went to the bathroom.
I suppose.
He's like, I'm off.
Right?
Curse these wireless headsets. I could have been gone forever.
Flip the table over.
I know.
Come on, you don't want me here?
Fine.
Tim's question cuts deep.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Now we're
Pick me
getting
up
Corey back
already.
in. Now we'll see where we're at. Yeah, but somebody asked a question. Who would you fire from the show? There it is.
Well,
all right. Now I think we're good.
I'm
We got
here.
Corey back.
Can you see me?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we can.
Yeah.
Well, we can't see you. We see the
You're
little
here.
picture of your car in the sunset. But yes.
All right, so my question was very selfish. It was, Chrissy, I was looking forward to some cookies in a couple weeks.
Yes.
So we need to make that happen if you can, please.
So my mom.
question? Yeah.
Doesn't
Are
sound
you
like a
bringing
question.
cookies is the question if I break it down.
So my mom is on the line. She's listening to the show, and we are texting back and forth. And she said they might be crumbs, but we'll figure out how to get some there.
Yum.
Yep.
Sounds great. And then,
Okay.
I actually raised my hand to talk about things that you wanted to do to improve your racing over the winter time, right? And now that I won Class B, which took a lot in that Omega and a lot of time and pain and suffering, and you guys all understand this, right? To win at that level in a 4,000-pound car to win Class B is pretty impressive. And I really want to get back to racing really clapped out shit boxes, to be honest.
Moving back to the God's chosen
I
class,
have
Class C.
4 IOE cars in my driveway lined up, ready to roll next year. And my goal is to try and fund the next race's entry fees by the IOE of the previous race.
Oh,
There we go.
If I can do that twice next year, if I can do it once next year, it'd be a miracle. But if I can do it
2
twice,
IOEs in a year would be amazing.
I've done that before, though. That I've done before. But
that's hard.
to do 2 that I've built from scratch and possibly a third and fund all the racing entry fees over the year, that would be an amazing accomplishment. And go back east and race some really crappy cars with the people I race in the Midwest. That would be awesome.
There we go. Metsu, you have your hand up. You question for it?
So this both touches on what Corey was saying and one of Bill's questions. And Bill's question was, which car would you love to switch to that you were into that you're currently racing or have raced in the past, and at what track? Corey, just give me the Omega. Just give it. Take what you need off of it.
There's just too much money in it.
No. Take all the stuff off. Bring it out here because I want that as a track day car. I want to humiliate Corvettes with it. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, it's really good. And I would say that of all the cars that have gotten away from me, to be honest, and this will be my question to you guys after I answer it, the Elante. I really love that car. It was horrible. But it was, you just watched like the digital gauges moving it when you drove, and you just laughed and you drove. And in the rain at Sonoma, it was absolutely epic with the ABS and street tires on it. I lapped the field an hour twice in that car. It was awesome. And the best drive I ever had in the wet. So that's my question. Of the cars that got away from you or the fun that you had in the past, what would you want to go back to and run a race or two or a season?
The Z.
Yeah.
Wow. The Z. I mean,
yeah,
it's still like, it's not out. It's that is the holy grail right now in my brain, because it was so close and it was ready and it was going to be fantastic, and it will be fantastic again. It's just, that's like the albatross around our neck, because it has been, unfunctional for so long.
And that had a brief
so much
shining
work
moment.
Yeah, and a brief
functionality
shot.
that it worked great, and now no. Yeah, I'm happy that we've gotten rid of all the cars we got rid of. It was the time to do it when all of them were gone. I don't miss any of the race cars.
Although Timber did say the boat.
Miss the boat a little.
Well, that when it was time to go, it was time to go.
It was time to go. The car was done.
The truck underneath the boat was done. The boat was done.
What kind of truck was that?
This is an S10. Oh, he's just trying to fill out his bingo card.
Yeah,
I'm really gunning for that ombre card.
Yeah.
Well, you said it, and you're a guest, so there you go. Check it off.
Yeah.
You've got to be getting close to bingo.
Chrissy, what car you miss?
My initial is the Honda when it was great, not when with the turbo when it was getting hot, when it was great. That's what I want.
It had those like 1.5 races between rebuilds.
Just that
it was awesome.
That's the one that I want.
I
no
like
maintenance, but consumable type of issue.
No,
Yeah,
I like the K way more than the turbo.
Yeah, but the suspension hasn't been set up perfectly like it was with the turbo. The turbo, that car was telepathic handling. It was amazing. We got to find the middle ground with the new one. Anyway,
Randy Bish says any goal that involves a Z car is very sad, and he feels for us.
Yep.
Corey, anything else before I change your role back to attendee? Thanks for coming on twice.
No, I didn't hear what Mental wanted to drive again.
No, he wants your car.
He wants to steal my car. Yes. Yeah.
No. I don't know. It's your car. That's what I want. I'm not kidding. I want the Omega. We've talked about this. I totally want the Omega. I just want to put a junkyard 5.3 in it, throw a 5-speed in there, and just go out and beat up on Corvettes at a track day. Absolutely.
LS the world.
As it sits with the exact same paint that is on it. I want to do that.
That's great. All right. Thanks, guys.
All righty. Hopefully we don't hang up on Chris this time.
Don't flip the table again. It's fine.
There we go. All right. We're going on to Jersey owned Cheese Bolt member Greg O'Brien.
It's a driver's machine.
Promote to panelist. Here he comes.
It's a real driver's car.
Oh, I forgot that. And Tempo Racer.
It's not working, Jeff.
Here it comes. No, it's coming.
Okay.
It takes a minute. You push the button and then it happens. Greg, are you with us? You can unmute your mic.
And camera.
Camera's optional.
We see him. We don't hear him.
No, still muted.
I feel like
unmute.
There we go.
Yay.
Sorry.
How you doing, man?
Howdy, Greg.
I am vacuuming out a very old build and trying not to get hantavirus.
Oh, that's a good thing to do. Don't do that.
I love that mask. I'm glad. You know what? We're going to call that our safety or just the tip.
Just the tip.
No, seriously, because if you've never coughed up crap you vacuumed out of a pile of crap, you don't know that misery.
Literally crap because it's old. Yeah,
it's hantavirus filled.
Yeah,
I deserve it. I built this car 20 years ago.
Oh, that is a Mustang.
Had his boy out washing it this weekend.
Joey 5-0.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's guilting me into getting it back on the road.
I actually did see that on
the old house.
You've raised a fine young man. Good on you.
I saw it on the Books of Face, and I said, "Who the heck has a Mustang? What's up with that?" But then I remembered your jersey, so you just got it. Right? So tell us about your Mustang. Tell us about
street
your
race
build.
car back when I went and done.
Mm-hmm.
That car?
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about it.
Hold on.
All right.
We got a bit of a delay.
We're burning time. I know, right? Yeah. For those who are not watching on the tubes, it is a gorgeous, I believe that is a 4-eyed Fox body. So 79 or an 80.
It is a 79 from Arizona. There's the
plate.
That's
and
rare.
unfortunately, as I'm finding out from being in New Jersey for 20 years, it's no longer rust free.
Nope. Don't happen.
Everything that was not painted at the factory now has rust on it.
That happens.
But that is a 600 horsepower 4-cylinder Pinto motor.
Oh, nice.
Really?
That's exciting.
Facts.
Wow.
Cool.
That is a big snail.
Yeah. That's gotta.
So
I'm sure there's no lag at all.
It's not too bad. It's up at like 35.
Was it originally a 4-cylinder car, or was it a V8 that was changed?
It was actually carbureted turbo draw through.
Oh, that's terrible.
Wow.
I don't want one of those.
No.
Okay. No carbureted draw through turbos.
And here, you guys will appreciate this. To give you an idea of the age of this build, this is the laptop it was tuned on.
That's awesome.
Chris, isn't that about the same laptop as your Mercedes laptop?
No, the Mercedes laptop is a little nicer. I mean, wow. That's amazing.
That kind of dates how old this build is.
Yeah.
I just put I'm doing the recording and I just put your screen bigger. Show us the motor again.
You just want to see that giant snail again, Jeff. Greg's video.
His video's worked.
There you
go.
Hurting.
All right. Well, he's in a garage, which is basically a big Faraday cage, but
I just stepped outside. Maybe it's a little better now.
A little bit.
There you go.
So my question is, one of the things I find interesting about the Civic Racing is everybody has a different background. Like I know, like Jeff was International Harvester Scouts, which I've owned one of those before. There's so many different people that have different exposure to different things. If you could build one platform, regardless of rules or the cost to build, but you had to actually be able to run it and maintain it and buy parts for it, what platform would you build as like a bucket list car?
It's a good one. Strangely enough, I have an answer.
Go ahead, Mental, while I think.
I have been mulling this over and over for years. I would love to get a early 80s pickup truck, Japanese imported pickup truck, and put mechanically within the confines of what is legal for endurance racing, a Legends car underneath it with a motorcycle engine, a giant fuel cell, and just see, you get a Hayabusa or a 1 liter sport bike engine with a ratchet shifter, no reverse, see how light you can make it and see how well that would do.
So Chris is going to laugh at me but I want an RX-8.
And then Jeff's going to ask her a question, and Chris is going to laugh again. But yeah,
no. I think an RX-8 is a great platform with a terrible motor, and I would swap something into an RX-8 to build and race if it wasn't, again, for lemons, because it would be for something else. The chassis is, I think, fantastic. I just don't know if I would go like Turbo Ecotech or LS. That's my question right there.
I also don't want to give my answer because my exact answer is basically the same thing, except I just want a Corrado instead. I don't know. Okay. I don't even know if you could put a K-swap in a Corrado.
I think a K-swap Corrado would be fantastic.
You've got a welder. Everything
be better
fits.
than a Volkswagen.
I feel like Corrado falls into like never meet your heroes. Like they look wonderful, but I don't want to own one.
I owned one for a while and I didn't drive it much because I'm scared of it. So now that let's just do it the right way.
I want a really nice, clean silver 88 CRX SI with a B18 C5 swap. Volk TE37s, ground controls.
That's very specific.
That'd be a great. That'd be a great street car. Like that you would not take that on a track and bend that sheet metal.
HPDEs. Yes.
Yeah, HPD, absolutely, yeah. But you wouldn't wheel to wheel that.
No, because there's too few of them now. It's sad.
Yeah.
Oh well.
That was a good question.
Cool.
Thanks for that.
That's good.
Like it.
Great.
Like
What's your answer?
Oh, I want them all. I want them all.
That's not an answer.
It's Pokemon.
Funny enough, you mentioned RX-8s. I actually was just watching the one on Bring a Trailer last night, the 2010 R3, and it went my blood because that actually I would daily drive that for like a couple of years.
Till the motor went.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The motor cost on that is depreciation on any other BMW. So
it's true.
It's true.
It's true.
True.
Cool.
All right, Greg. Well, keep wrenching out there and keep the boy into the cars. I wish I could get mine to care, but that's okay.
Right, thank you.
All right. Let me see here.
Our favorite fisher? Is it our favorite fisher?
It only does one thing at a time.
We got to let Greg go. But
there we go.
I do like his safety tip. Wear a good quality respirator when dealing with antivirus. And
seriously.
Well, and anything when you're doing things like that you're breathing anything. I mean, that's
don't
limit it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Everybody has masks these days, so it's really not hard to put one on.
Yeah.
No. And as you get older, you will know when you've been breathing garbage all day. It'll drop you for a couple of days, man. It's they're not playing around. I was in Utah and just the smoke from the fires that came over from California just absolutely leveled me worse than a hangover.
Oh.
All right. We have a garage hero with us. We believe it is Vicky. It is Vicky and Bill.
Oh, it's everybody.
We think you keep blanking in and out. There we go.
They're trying to be cool.
Are you on a swing? What's going on there? Are you moving the laptop?
Trying to figure this out.
Professional podcast here.
I was gonna say.
Absolutely.
I was going to leave Bill like that.
Yeah. Severed, dismembered head, Bill.
No, Vicky's gone.
They keep blinking in and out.
Your background is too much.
Yeah, it's Ghost Vicky and Bill.
If you had severed, dismembered head, Bill, Vicky, then you could put him wherever you wanted, and he'd stay there.
I'm working a little.
Yeah.
Crazy. How are you guys?
Hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What did we do?
200
on your
aren't you
like
guys already over
235?
200?
Yeah, Bill's an overachiever.
We're aware. Now we got blurry Vicky.
I know. I don't know what he's doing. He's
witness
putzing
protection
and playing. There he is.
Well, if you stop moving the laptop, I'd have a chance at this.
Okay.
So what are you two kids doing tonight?
We just got done a podcast.
Oh,
yeah,
which is why they're in 235 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we were late.
That's fine.
So, no, we're getting ready to head to an all-girls HPDE day in Canaan, New Hampshire, with the Shifting Points podcast.
Oh,
awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah, so we just did a podcast with them. So it's totally girls only. Bill's been trying to kind of get in on this, but it's no boys. So, but there's a Airbnb up there. So, the shifting points is dipping their toes. There you go. Is dipping their toes into the endurance racing HPDE stuff. So that's kind of exciting.
Very nice. What do you need Bill for anymore? As far as I can tell, you're the better wrench at this point. Is that true?
Somebody's got to do the Excel spreadsheets.
It's true.
I'm getting to this point to where like when I'm talking about cars, people are just glazing over because I don't have anybody really talk about cars around here. And I don't know if you guys were at a point if you remember that, but it's kind of getting a little frustrating.
That's why we just started a podcast because
you're
no
one
one
of us. You're one of
I was
us
gonna
now,
say,
Vicky. Yeah,
my wife sure as hell doesn't want to hear about it. So
there's no going back. Sorry, you're one of us. And
it's like
just remember this answer when people say, "What kind of car should I buy?" Just say Camry and Accord, and then don't be mad. Don't be mad when they ignore you because they're gonna.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of there right now. It's a little frustrating. So
I got a question for you, Vicky. We talk a lot about women racing in this podcast, obviously, whether you listen or not. I know Bill does, so he can shake his head. What do you think about women only things like the W Series, or now you're going out to do this women's only track day? Is it placating? Is it talking down to the audience, or is it giving a safe space? I know Chrissy's answer, and we're going to get hers next. I want yours. What do you think?
Actually, this Women's Day was set up by Shifting Points, and I don't find an issue either way because I don't think I have experienced any kind of sexism in racing as of this point. But I mean, I just.
So you haven't found a lot of barriers that slow you
down?
No,
I have not had zero barriers whatsoever. So I'm kind of curious about what this women's event is going to be like. I can't really explain on anything that I haven't experienced yet. So
yeah.
I am pretty much like, this was already all set up. And they're like, hey, do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah, sure. But it's a 1-day event.
Yeah, so. HPDE, you're like, yeah, I'm there, wherever it is.
Yeah.
You mean I don't have to sit in the truck with my husband for like 15 hours to get to Gingerman? It's only like, New Hampshire. I'll take it.
Yeah, Bill's over here. He's like, well, I could come and set all your electronics up. And I'm like, no, I think I can do that. He's like, well, they need instructors. They're looking for instructors. I'm like, it's already kind of set up. So, but it seems like the Shifting Points is at this point, for what I'm gathering, they're all about girl power, which I'm cool with, girl power. But it was really funny about my woot 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 girl power weekend at the last race at Thompson. Like, all my girls were gone at 7 p.m. My bay was empty of everybody. I'm just like, that's when the work starts. So much for girl power.
Now I got to drink all these beers by myself.
Wow. Yeah. I was not familiar with the Shifting Points podcast. I just pulled it up on my phone, and I have a lady sitting on the hood of a Fiero.
Yep.
So
she was actually at Thompson, I believe. Yep. She was one of the roller skaters. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then we have we got a picture of someone in the ombre there.
Yep. That's Audra. Yeah.
Oh, I met Audra. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Audra's podcast. Awesome.
Yeah, it's Audra's podcast. Yeah. So cool. I'll be hanging out with them for the weekend. Well, it'll be different because at this point, I think I'll be in a little bit of a leadership role, because I think I'll probably be in our group, probably one of the more experienced ones. So just kind of walking them through what an HPDE does.
I would offer, even if you weren't officially, you're going to default into that role. I mean, just let's be honest. You are a race winning experienced team member. You wrench on cars, you race, you've been to how many you guys spent 2 years working on this. You've gotten to be quite an accomplished racer.
And now I'm working on mechanic work. So I just found out that I'm going to this HPD. I was going to take Bill's BMW, but then we found out that the axle is having a problem. So there's a little bit of an issue with that. And I am pulling out on Friday, and he's like, think we can do it ourselves? I'm like, nope. I said, nope, I'm not going to be doing that, because right now I got 4 cars I'm working on. So no pressure right there. So I decided all those nice parts came in for my Miata. So I've been putting all the parts on right now and getting that ready. So I'm taking that instead. Excellent. So I had to put a little bit of a Civic on the side. So, and I'm working on that air manifold intake. So that's been kind of exciting.
Good. Awesome. We will allow the person sitting next to you one and only one question.
Not multiple parts.
Not one part
bullets.
Question.
No.
One everything.
Hi, I'm Bill from near Scranton, a longtime listener, first time caller.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for our family and everything and getting us started in this. So that's my question. Thank you.
Yeah. You guys have really helped us
Very
out
un-Bill like. Randy Bish is asking us deep questions about our stretch goals. And Bill has no questions.
I know. My question.
Speaking of Randy Bish, he wanted to tell you that the building in by Pit Race in Wampum is a steel mill.
Yes, I didn't know what that was. I was always very, wondering what that was every time I drive by it.
All right,
nice conversation.
Look at that. Randy's answering questions.
Yay!
Dogs and cats living together. It's the end of humanity here.
So I do have a question. What is your for your Mazda 3? How are you going to be evolving with that car? Are you going to be doing anything else to it? Are you going to be tweaking it? Do you have plans for it?
I would like the parts in the engine. Sorry. How about let's see engine parts put back? That would be helpful.
I'll put it all back.
It's
just in pieces now.
Honestly, we have never. We think, and I'll just start here because I know that we've talked about it. We think that B class right now is extremely hard to win. Right now, a B class car needs to almost top 5. And we don't want to do anything to that Mazda until it wins B.
I don't think it needs much. It's been refined before it got to track. I mean, it has big brakes. It's got big tires. It's got
didn't need anything before. The only reason we're doing anything to it now is because the clutch broke, and that was an 85,000 mile clutch. So
with a lot of traffic, mostly traffic miles on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
B anything that wins B class is probably A class worthy at this point.
Agreed.
So there's a discussion going on about whether once you win A, you should go into exhibition class or be a separate class unto itself. What's your thoughts on that?
It's really hard to win again. Only some certain small group of people have had repeats. And I think that's dealt with appropriately by the judges.
Extra couple laps will absolutely do it. So if you win too many times, start considering getting laps.
Well, and let's call it out. Who has won multiple times in our region? And, it's basically
Amanda.
3 different people that I can think of in the 5 or 7 years, in the last 5 or 7 years that have won multiple times. Obviously Amanda in Momrath, the Straight Out of Suncock, whatever they were.
They had a
and
couple.
Then the Rust in the Wind. They've
only had like 2. Yeah.
Did they? I thought they had like 3 or 4
don't
in
forget,
like 2 years.
Don't forget Tatas and the Boneyard Butchers.
We're only talking northeast.
Well, we're talking in our region
around us,
because I don't.
Well, but both of those cars showed up at Pit.
That was it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Should they continue to come in without laps?
I think leave that up to the fine quality judges that we have. They've done a good job with figuring that out. Really.
Yeah. I don't think any of them strike me as running away with the race. They're all really good with really good cars. I don't see them winning by 30 laps. I don't see them walking away with it to the point where they would be in a different class. I think when we're on our game, we can beat Amanda. And when Amanda's on her game, she beats us. Like that's, flat competition. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm down there going, damn you, Suncock, your E36 is too fast.
You did that once, but okay.
Once.
Yeah.
So no exhibition class and no limit to number of wins. Then you guys are good with where we're at.
I think if somebody really starts running away with it, they'll get laps.
Mm-hmm. It's a self-correcting problem.
And genuinely, for a lot of those folks, if you're running away with it at that point, it's kind of boring. Either find a different series or build a new car and present yourself with a new series of problems to solve.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm. Amanda won a bunch. She showed up with an IOE. And what did she say halfway through that weekend? She looked at us and went, holy cow, this is hard. I didn't expect this to be this hard.
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of put my arm over her shoulder and I said, yeah, we told you that. This is hard. IOE is really
and the
hard.
fact that she won it first time is also doesn't happen every time.
No, it's pretty rare, but cool.
Good
All
question.
right. Garage Heroes, we're going to send you away. Thanks for coming. And I think we're getting pretty close to wrapping this up.
Yeah, we've gone long even for a show that Chrissy and I are on. Usually we could hold you guys in check when we're here, but not tonight. Jeff's in control.
Jeff's in control. He
Hoo-ha!
loves
Control!
it when people's hands are up and he's like, come into the booth.
This has been great. We had almost 20 people live chatting with us during the show. Thank you all so much.
Do we have on the spot or just the tip or anything like that?
We had just the tip was the respirator.
We already did the just the tip.
Wear your respirators, kids. Yeah.
Seriously.
Do we have? So, are like I'm saying, are we done or do we want to do one more quick thing? That's what I'm asking.
One more quick thing is in next show promo, or you got to think?
No, I thought maybe we had like an around the horn question. I was going to bring on someone who hasn't spoken about around the horn.
I didn't prep that far ahead.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring him in anyway, just so he can join us for the end of the show. Let's see if he comes in.
This will be fun. This will be. You know what, folks? Go ahead and check off that Jeff has wire problems on that.
No,
bingo
it's
card.
it's just crank it on the internet.
Doesn't matter.
Uncle Dave, for some reason, I'm trying to promote him to panelist, and it's not working.
It's all wire problems.
Anybody get bingo?
We'll just here. We'll hit the allowed talk button. He must have an older version of Zoom. Uncle Dave, you're joining us for the end of the show. Welcome to the end of the show. If you undo your mic, we can hear you.
Nope.
Yay! There he is.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Can you hear me?
How are you? We can hear you.
Sorry.
Get the tube of mockery. Get the tube of mockery.
Oh, he's iRacing.
He's iRacing. He's listening to us while iRacing. Well, that's fantastic. Dave, do you have anything you want to shout out or anything you want to talk to us about? Or else we're just going to wrap the show up.
No, I want to know when you guys are going to start doing some more iRacing. You've been missed greatly.
Because I've got real cars that I have to fix. I have so many of them.
I'm gonna spin my camera around.
Oh, Jeff, I know you got a legit
All
reason.
of that furniture is in the way of my steering wheel. So hopefully this weekend, between work, I will get my office back in order and can start joining on Monday.
I'm not at Chris and Christy level, but I also have 2 automotive, 2 motorcycle, and a UTV project in an RV that the wife has been politely reminding me, get your crap fixed. So
if I could get someone to make my Oculus work, I wouldn't have to do it on the TV, and that would be helpful.
So I've been spending a lot of time in the garage myself.
Usually it's by 9:20 and I'm stopping and I'm hot and dirty and tired and I don't want to do anything else. And then I just don't get on the computer. That's what happens, really.
Well, this is a terrible plug, but everyone out there, you should join us on Monday nights for iRacing.
Which actually, Dave, who set us up a race on Monday night? They saved us at the last minute. Who was? You told us, and I forgot.
Matt, I believe.
Thank you very much, Matt. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
And Al Jones is saying Tyler hosted a bootleg E1R race last Monday. Also,
awesome,
excellent. Thanks, guys.
So awesome. We
Thanks
will.
for picking it up.
We promise that we will set them up in the future, and we will join as often as possible. Like I said, if I can get my setup back or get my Oculus to work, I will be there because most Monday nights I am available.
It's
Which
always
is
a
why
good laugh when we're there.
It's a great laugh. So Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Join us in hosted races. Look for the E1R race. We usually do one at 9 and one at 10. We do a nice long practice session. Eastern time, thank you. And we have a fun time. And usually Dave kicks our ass or
Santiago,
or
Tyler.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Stupid Aaron shows up. He's kicking ass these days.
He's becoming an alien, just like that guy in that the Area 14 movie or whatever it was. Where he evolves to an alien. That's Aaron.
So Dave, before I turn you off, what are you racing? Where are you at?
We're doing Summit Point this weekend in Lemons iRacing.
So is that what you're practicing right now?
Yeah, I'm just deciding on which car to run. It's the choice of our Spec Racer Ford, Formula V, and a Skippy.
Tough choice.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe Spec Racer Ford.
Just because you don't do it as much. Give it a shot.
Yeah, Tyler's voting for the Spec Racer and then says, no, take the Formula V. No. He doesn't want to be beat again. So he doesn't want you to be in the same car he's in. Oh, Tyler. All right, Dave, thanks for joining us. I'm going to say the word ombre just so Corey Dickman stops trying to convince me to say it.
Ombre.
The ombre.
Corey gets bingo. Well, I could have done the same thing if I wanted to try to get it.
I didn't have a bingo sheet.
Right.
I was
Well
too busy
done,
doing
Corey.
other stuff.
Well done.
Do we know what we're doing next week?
We've got a phone call planned for tomorrow. Rather, I do. And ideally, what will come out of this is a really, really exciting announcement that Jeff alluded to earlier. And we'll probably have enough to talk about it, a whole show about this. And we have all of you to thank for this opportunity. So thank you for listening all the way up to this. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for downloading this episode. Thank you for watching it on YouTube. If you've got a comment, put it down in the doodly-doo. Click that mash or whatever the cool kids say. Smash that like and subscribe button. All that. Yeah,
subscribe.
And if you think about it, tell your friends.
Do you want to do the social media plug since that's pretty much it?
We're on everything. We're on the Facebooks. We're on the Instagrams. We're on Reddit. And as we always say, let me scroll over because I don't know the number by heart. You can still text us at 484-243-0455. Instagram and Twitter at everyone.racers. YouTube and Facebook under Everyone Racers. And even Reddit. There's so far 2 members of our Reddit. It's me and Jeff.
That's it.
But we're under E1R. So pop on there, throw us some stuff. Chris or Chrissy, you guys never do the intro or the outro. Say something nice to all of our listeners about shiny and rubber.
Hey, thanks again. Until next week, keep the shiny side up. Unless, like us, there is no shiny side, except the Mazda's still kind of shiny, but keep the wheels down.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.